Alright, today we're going to do a colored pencil drawing on the Strathmore black mixed media paper using the basic color pencils from the Amazon Basics. I have the 72 set. I'll be doing a review on that soon. But for start out, I'm going to sketch in my poppy with my white Prismacolor color erase pencil. And I'm going to start out by putting in some purple. And then I'm going to layer on top of my purple with a very light hand some geranium red. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because I found that for most of the petals it was easier to build up from darkest to lightest instead of light to dark. So I'm using about 15 pencils total for this entire painting, however you want to say it. But I'm establishing my tones. I'm making sure my values are all right for my pictures. The darkest part of my values is going to be the black of the paper. But I'm going to cover most of that. That's why I'm establishing those other darks, which are about a level 9, 8 in the value scale with that purple. And I'm also going to use a little bit of Prussian blue. I believe it's Prussian blue. Yes, it's a little bit of Prussian blue you'll see later. As far as colors go, I'm using mainly orange, tangerine, scarlet, vermilion, and a little bit of sand here and there. And there's one more color. I do throw in a little bit of lemon yellow, but that's why I decided not to. How do I want to say this? I decided not to start with the light and the dark, and then I come back in here and build up some of those light layers before I put down a heavy application. And really, I didn't put down a heavy application at all until the very, very end. But I found that by doing the dark to light made that some of the darks really pop. And then I switched over and added more color in there for the inside part of the flower because it wasn't getting close to my reference photo. But I wanted a little bit to pop a little bit more than what it was. So that's why I just switched over and put in some light tones with the sand and then came over that with the scarlet and then the orange and then tangerine. And I am using a burnishing tool, a burnishing pencil from DeWint. I think it's a blender pencil instead of burnishing. Pretty much the same thing. Anyway, I'm going to keep establishing my dark values, and then I'm going to come back in and do my mid-tones and get my lights in there. And that's really the way you're going to make it look realistic is by using those, getting your values right. Your values are so important when you're drawing. Okay, I'm going to keep establishing my values and as I'm sketching, layering in my scarlet and my pumpkin. Then I'm going to come on top of that with tangerine to get my lighter values. And here so often I'm going to add the sand right there where I want it to be a lot lighter. Then we're going to work on these under petals, and I'm doing that with geranium as my darkest or mixed into my dark value up there. And then we're going to go back to this other petal where we're doing some scarlet and the orange and tangerine mixture. So I'm getting where my folds are. When you think about it, folds are actually when you're if you see a shadow, you're normally going to have a highlight really pretty close by to that. So I'm establishing all that. I'm putting in the tangerine right now on top of the pumpkin or orange I just put down on my last petal. And there's a nice little shadow. We're going to work on the stem, which is done with moss and teal green and another green. And I'm coming in with that white and yellow color erase pencil to pop in some highlights around it. And I'm signing it and I'm done.